A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel and welcome to this collective channeling session. If this message is for you, then definitely you are here because you called yourself to this content. This is the world of inner work. So if you're here right now, you are using me as a tool to go through something that you yourself are a match to, and you needed a medium to do so. These channelings are being created with the intention to take you on the path of a quantum leap. So let's get started. In this channeling session, I've been told that there are certain types of people who resonate with this, that they are a starseed twin flame. They have heard about the concept of star seeds, and they have also heard about the concept of twin flames. But they have never been able to fully resonate, like completely feel like I'm a match to this 100% or I'm a match to that 100%. The people I'm channeling today, they basically resonate a lot with the life of star seeds and the characteristics of star seeds, but they don't feel that 100% they are a star seed. And when they listen to twin flames, about twin flames, the content related to twin flames, many a times they feel that yes, certain parts of it do match with me or with them. They say it like that, but 100% they are not sure. So today this channeling is specially for those people, and since it's a timeless channeling, many people in the future would get attracted to it if they are meant to find themselves connected to this particular message. This collective message is for a specific community. Starseed is a term that originated in the New Age spiritual communities, and it started become popular when a lot of people started feeling, especially these people belong to the new earth and they like to live in the 4th D and the 5th D, not in the 3D world. They might be having connections with people in the 3D world. They may be existing in the 3D world. But with their conscious effort and inner work, they are creating a better reality for themselves. And they know that we all create our reality. They all know this. Okay? And it's not easy to create or project a reality, especially when you have been raised in very negative spaces, or you have been raised in places where people have questioned you, or they've tried to stop you to be who you are or who they are. So I'm explaining in this channeling both starseeds, twin flames, and the starseed twin flame combination type of people also, because you need to understand everything. If you are a combination of starseed and twin flames, then you need to know about each and every aspect of why you're feeling or you resonate with this particular label more than you've resonated with anything so far. And all this while you may have been looking into content or memes, or you may be present on Facebook pages or Instagram pages or YouTube channels you might have been looking into. You may have been reading blogs. You may have been trying to figure out, and with some people you have a resonance also. With some of the messages you do feel that you can take help from those people, or those messages are helpful for you, but you still want a validation, or you still want some kind of knowing. Maybe you already know, as I just said, that you have created this content yourself via your intuition. So maybe you are here because you wanted more clarity, or you just wanted confirmation on whatever you think gives you clarity. So these are individuals who believe that they have originated from other star systems or dimensions, but they have reincarnated or they have incarnated, because star seeds, they say, they usually don't reincarnate on earth. So they have incarnated on earth with a specific purpose or mission. And these individuals often feel a sense of being different, or they're out of place on earth, and they always long for a connection to their home in the stars. Starseeds also believe to have unique traits and abilities that set them apart from general population. They do feel they are not like the general population, and they don't say it in a non-humble way. They are very humble about it because they have also gone through a certain amount of pain, or they have gone through so many days where they were suffering so much because they felt very strongly that they don't belong, or people are not understanding their notion or where they're coming from or what they want to say or what they want to do. Star seeds have a strong sense of intuition. They are spiritually very aware because they come from a different place where being yourself and being spiritual is just a normal part of life. There's nothing new in it, or it's not something different. They always have a desire for truth and knowledge, empathy, and they also have a very deep connection to nature and the cosmic reality. So obviously they are more into these things. So they'll always be less interested in human beings or human affairs or even relationships, and a lot of them identify as asexuals. And if they have gone through some kind of sexual abuse, it really irritates them, and they may have taken a good amount of time to heal themselves from abuse pattern, and they've always found these things to be terribly wrong, like terribly wrong. They cannot accept it because when you come from another galaxy or another star system or another higher dimension, there the concept of body or touching other people, touching, being too touchy without the feeling of love, without the feeling of unconditional love is strictly like not seen. And most star seeds, they cannot speak the false things. They just cannot. They'll rather be quiet if they don't want to speak about anything, or they'll rather be like, I'm not sure if I want to talk about it, but they cannot speak false stuff. They have a connection with the healers, with the teachers. They have a connection with the catalyst who can bring change in their life. And they also feel that they are here to assist in the spiritual evolution and transformation of earth and humanity, which is extremely needed right now. And then to do this, one has to also remember not to have a superiority complex, because superiority complex or having the doership can bring in ego. Some people call it spiritual ego, and you might have also come across people who have spiritual ego, and they probably point to other people always in a negative way, that they have ego, but spiritual ego is a very dangerous thing. So they have definitely specific role to play also. They not only connect with healer, teachers or catalysts, they themselves are also healers, teachers, caretakers, change bringers. So this is a metaphysical and a spiritual belief. Okay. Another important spiritual concept is twin flames, and it suggests a deep and profound connection between two individuals, as if they are a part of the same soul. So they feel like they have split into two halves, like one soul has been divided into two halves, and now they have incarnated into separate bodies, and they've gotten separated, and they have to just come back to each other, which 100% I don't agree with, and I have to be honest about it, because a soul cannot split into two halves. It is just not possible. There may have been an incomplete way of explaining it, but from the world of metaphysics, from indigenous metaphysics, from Indian metaphysics, we don't believe in the fact that soul can ever be split into two halves or three halves or four halves. It doesn't happen like that. It happens probably in animals. I've heard it somewhere that when a dog gives birth to puppies, it's actually one soul into say 8 puppies or 12 puppies or 4 puppies, and that too I did not agree with. Many a times we hear many things, but we don't have to always agree with those things. So what exactly is twin flame? Where I feel that they have a very unique bond, and that bond goes beyond typical romantic or platonic relationships. And the reason why there is this strong feeling of knowing someone is because these two people are going to act as catalyst for change for each other only. So if a person meets somebody that other person cannot be the twin flame. How to explain this in simple terms is that a person has energy, energetically they have reached a point where they can easily merge into singularity. And to do that, a person needs to have masculine and feminine in a very pure state, in a very balanced state in a person. So when these people who identify as twin flames, when they are born on this planet, they are pretty much very balanced. As children, they are balanced. They can attract materialistic things, and some of them have even told me that my parents were not doing that great, but when I came into their life, suddenly they became rich. And for a certain part of my childhood, we enjoyed luxury, we had a good lifestyle, my father's work was good, my mother was enjoying her life, we were in nature, or we were happy. And so in their childhood, for a certain stipulated time, because they are in proper energies, pure energies, childlike energies, due to the body also and due to their environment also, they are being treated like that, they are being treated with care and love, everything is fine. But slowly when other ideas start kicking in, their programming becomes very haphazard, and a lot of messages start infiltrating their otherwise peaceful and balanced system or state. So another person is sent to them who will have the opposite polar energy, which means that maybe a twin flame who has been programmed by narcissists and has gone through narcissistic abuse. So maybe someone is a disabled narcissist or a slave type narcissist, which means they do have narcissistic qualities, but they have been discarded or they have been trained in such a way that they only act in certain ways to be of slavery or to be of help to other people. Whereas the enabled narcissist, and when they say help of other people, help to other people, it is only in the 3D reality that certain people control them. So there is a controlled way of dealing with a narcissist which can only be done by another narcissist. So usually it is the parent that controls or programs a child to turn into a narcissist. So when a narcissistic person starts healing themselves via divine grace or via love of God or their destiny, they are supposed to meet another person who is an enabled narcissist. So it is a twin flame only. A twin flame has been converted into a narcissistic person, and this is not completely bad to be a narcissist, because there are non-malignant narcissists, there are covert narcissists, there are lots and lots of narcissists who are literally suffering. They are living in hell. So being a narcissist is not a great thing, because I see there is so much information about a narcissistic person that it has become a huge plethora of ideas and types, but nobody talks about the cure. Everybody is talking about what are narcissists, what is not narcissist, what is this, what is that, but nobody is talking about it. So we have come up with a term called empathetic person or an unhealed empath. So a twin flame is also an empath, but they are not healed. So they also carry the narcissistic template in them. Okay, but because they are working on themselves, because they say I want to change, I want to heal, I want to improve, I don't want to be like this, I don't want to be like that, I don't want to be a slave to the system. Being a slave to the system actually means also being a slave to the people who programmed them to believe in certain things, to live in a certain way, to act in a certain way, to behave in a certain way. So when they are cutting out all of that or removing all of those things, that's the time they meet an enabled narcissist who also has the big potential of changing in future, because now they will meet someone who was programmed by other narcissistic people, but now thanks to inner work they are no longer in that programming. So they are kind of inspiring this person, but it's not easy to get inspired or inspire other people, especially when you are doing your inner work and you have so much to deal with. So the enabled narcissist basically act as a catalyst for the person who possesses the twin flame energy, who's releasing the narcissistic pattern from their system, and turning into a complete authentic person whose masculine and feminine energy both is working fine and it's in balance. So as soon as your anima and animus are in balance, as soon as your divine masculine and divine feminine aspect is healed, you will become a person whose Merkabic field will also start working, and then your avatar self will start functioning, and you can then just be. You can be yourself without any fears of uncertainty, without any guilt, without any shame, just as a pure child, how you were when you were a little child. You were just playing, doing your things, being happy, and you were never forgetting that source is your provider, not your parents, not your father, not your mother, not your grandparents, but source is your ultimate provider, and you don't need to take anything from anyone. Whatever you need will be given to you automatically on its own. So this type of knowledge you possessed as a child. Imagine being that intelligent, that wise. And that's why in childhood you were literally doing everything that you love to do. Everything. But as soon as you started growing up, certain ideas were plastered onto your consciousness. And due to this reason, the person who has the twin flame energy has to share a unique romantic bond with other people. It could be different people, but say with one specific person, that bond becomes too strong. They cannot leave that person, they cannot go away from that person, and they cannot even be with that person. If they spend a long time with this person, they realize that they have gotten themselves trapped into the materialistic reality, which is very painful for them. So they say that yes, they will mirror each other energetically, emotionally and spiritually, but I feel that they are not really mirroring each other in that way, but they are actually mirroring the opposite polar problems of each other. And more than the other person, it is of help to the person who's on the healing path. Maybe the other person will benefit also. Maybe later on they will benefit. Maybe later on in time, after 5 years, 10 years, 6 years, 20 years, whenever it's written, they will also realize that I was with such and such person and I was doing so and so things, and they were right and I was wrong, and I also want to be happy like them, because they see the growth of this person who is now a clear, clean, pure empath. Earlier they were an empath, but they were like a super empath, or they were not healed at that point in time, so they were not a healed empath. Eventually it is said that people who are experiencing this twin flame journey, they find that one person with whom they have a very intense but transformative relationship. They have a deep recognition with this person, they are very familiar with this person, and just to be with each other and just to understand why they are in so much pain when they separate from each other, and why they are so confused when they are with each other. Like when they are together, they want to leave. When they are not together, they want to come back. So why this tug of war? Why this push and pull? Why this type of dynamic is happening? But this is not happening, with them. Especially in case of twin flames, it is not happening with different people. It happens probably with just one person. And maybe in some cases it goes on for a very long time, and then eventually it leads to a long-term separation, because they can no longer handle that magnetic pull and that push. So many people experience separation. And then I personally feel, with all my research and with all the things that I'm doing with other people, I feel that this is not really a separation from other people. It is a separation within yourself. You are feeling separated within yourself. You are going through such a big transformation. In some cases, you're actually feeling separated from the 3D reality also. So if you're in a relationship with someone who symbolizes or who stands for the 3D reality, for the sansaric reality, it may be possible that going away from that person makes you feel separate from the worldly world. And you may be feeling separate from your family, you may be feeling separate from your siblings, because all of them also denote the same type of energy that this person is giving to you. Like they all are pulling you back into the sansara. They are all pulling you back into the lifestyle of planet Earth, a 3D life. So every time you feel separation, many people are also very happy. Initially, it hurts them, and in between they have days when they feel like, I was discarded and I was this and that. But overall, separation is not that bad for a lot of people when they start getting a hang of it. So basically, twin flame is also spiritual ascension. Twin flame is also learning about metaphysical beliefs and with scientific evidence, but it's also happening because of them being in a relationship with another person, and they going through a lot of feelings of discard and separation and betrayal and being let down and being lied to and being cheated on and being used like a doormat, constantly being used by like a doormat, and feeling that somebody is abusing them. It's a narcissistic abuse, and they are so troubled because of it. So that's why I'm saying, whether it's a starseed journey, whether it's a twin flame journey, everything takes time. For people who are in a big hurry, they usually suffer more, because you just want to be happy right now. It might also happen because you don't know how to trust the process. You have lost the technique to trust the process, how you were able to trust the process as a child, or how you were able to trust the process when you were providing or nurturing your narcissistic people. So narcissism is 3D world. Just understand that much and everything else will become very clear to you. The 3D world is a narcissistic world because narcissistic people get energy from the ego. And the empathetic people or people who are from the spiritual community, they get energy from source. That is the biggest difference. So it is not necessary that all narcissists are going to be bad to you, all narcissists are going to be raising hell in your life. Some of them could be very nice to you, but they are still bringing you back into the world of illusion. Like you may be having some friends who are extremely loving and caring, but they keep telling you to live a 3D life. Oh, why don't you get married? Why don't you have children? Why don't you do this business? Or why don't you do that? Why don't you become a famous person? Why don't you, live in a house like this? Or why don't you buy a car like that? So they are very nice to you. They are not making you feel discarded or betrayed or whatever. But no matter what you do, none of the narcissistic people can truly make you happy. So the twin flame dynamic, the runner and chaser dynamic, is also eventually leading every person who possesses the twin flame energy to surrender. And only when they surrender, they will learn to harmonize. Only when they harmonize, they will learn to illuminate. Actually, illumination is before harmonization. Then they will enter union energies where the masculine and feminine will start merging in a friendly way. And when they merge, then they enter singularity, which is another level of inner work where everything is about remaining in source integration. Because once you have merged, you will learn how to use both your masculine and feminine energy. And it will start working for you in different ways. How earlier you were not able to control it, or how earlier you did not know who you are, what your purpose is. So when you're aware about that, when you accept yourself as a twin flame or as a divine being who's on an ascension journey, you may or may not be married to someone. Mostly, yes, twin flames are getting married and they are engaged, but they have understood by that time frame that I need to take responsibility for my own happiness. My partner cannot make me happy. My fiance cannot make me happy. My girlfriend or boyfriend cannot make me happy. None of these people can make me happy. Only God can make me happy. Surrendering to God and loving God and, being one with God helps me the most. Aligning with my chakras. So every twin flame should work on their chakras. Every twin flame. Now it is said that star seeds come with this knowledge, and somehow in their DNA they are always connected to source and always connected to God. Always. Even in their bad days they will remember God is there. And that's why these are the people who come up with all of this research. If you're going through a bad phase, it could be Mercury retrograde, it could be Venus retrograde, it could be this, it could be that. Did you open your horoscope? Because they are very conscious of the fact that if I am going through pain, God has not left my side. I am the one who is leaving God's side and I am running around everywhere. But twin flames, sometimes it happens with them because of whatever they've been programmed. They forget this again and again, that someone is there with me. They feel like no one loves them, no one supports them, no one is with them, everybody is just using them. or everybody is just not there for them. And these feelings comes in cycles and phases. And these feelings get triggered because of some experience. Say they are in a relationship, they are dating a person, and this person, it's a small thing maybe, this person goes to a party without telling them. And in the party, this person is hanging out with people of opposite sex. Now they are sitting at home because in their childhood they maybe saw their parents play this game with each other. Maybe the father or the mother would go out and talk to other men and women, and the one who's at home would speak to the child and say, look what your father is doing, look what your mother is doing. And they would cry in front of you, they would explode in front of you, they would act crazy in front of you, they would call up all their relatives, and they will do a number of things. But the child, as a child, is watching all this, and the child is getting programmed. So as soon as their partner does something, instead of just observing it as it is what it is kind of thing, yeah, they gone for a party, maybe they'll talk to other people, what can I do about it? They didn't tell me, yeah, it sucks, it hurts, but okay, I'll have my time too. Or they will be so busy doing something they love that even their partner will not be very happy. After a while, say half an hour into the party, 1 hour into the party, the partner would be like, why did I come here? It's so boring. Like destiny will play a hand then in, bringing these two people into a conscious awareness and understanding that we love each other only. And they may be in the party and the other person might be doing something. And even for the other person, why would they leave their partner behind or lie to their partner and not tell them about something, that they're doing? There could be a number of reasons. It could be because maybe their partner raises hell every time they do something they love, or maybe they don't have that greater relationship or a bond, or maybe in their childhood also they saw their parents playing this role that every time one of the parent wanted to do something that made them happy, they would lie and they would not tell the other person, they would keep it a secret. In some cases it's actually right thing to do, in some cases, because you cannot drag your partner to every damn place. So once you grow as a person, you stop being so attached with your partner, your parents, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, the whole world. You stop expecting so much from them. And the twin flame journey is actually trying to teach people the ascension process is all about that. Be it Lord Sri Ram and Sita's relationship, be it Shiva and Parvati's relationship, be it Radha and Krishna relationship. Every single person that we just spoke about, all of the twin flames and the cardinal twin flames, they are extremely independent. They do not depend on their partner for everything. So when Durga turns into Kali, she dances on Shiva. Why? Shiva is her husband. Why would she dance on his chest and make him fall on the ground? Because she is independently killing the Rakta Bij. She is independently killing the demons. She does not need masculine support for that. So there are a lot of these things, that twin flames understand, but they understand it via the romantic illusions and delusions. They enter into a relationship, they obsess for that person treats them badly, or they hurt them, or they discard them, as I just said. There is a huge sense of loss, there's a huge sense of separation, or there's a huge sense of being forgotten. There's a huge sense of being left behind, like a doormat being used. All these feelings become extremely intense at one point, but then that intensity is good because everything comes out, everything shows up. Okay, so this is twin flame world. This is what is happening with twin flames. It's not like twin flames are not having a relationship with karmics. Twin flames are not having relationship with soulmate. Many twin flames marry their soulmate. So people need to understand twin flames better than what they know right now, because it is creating a lot of confusion, and a lot of people are taking advantage of this confusion, and they're selling the idea of perfect romantic connection to others. But there is no such thing as perfect romantic connection, because number one, there is no such thing as perfection. Perfection only happens in nature, not between these type of ideas like perfect relationship, perfect father, perfect mother, perfect child. There's no such thing like that. perfect husband, perfect wife. And the second thing is romance. Romance itself is an illusion. The only truth is unconditional love, pure love, love without expectations and love without any attachments. Romance is full of attachments. Somebody should give you a flower, somebody should call you at this time, somebody should wish you good morning every day, say good night to you every day, good evening. And some of the people who are not healed, they actually start confusing other people's unconditional approach and affection towards them as love or relationship also. Say for example, they meet someone who's a very nice person, they have a great bond with this person, they are friends with this person, they may be having the same mission, and out of affection this person says, hey, what's up, good morning, what you doing? And maybe for a couple of days they say good morning, this, that, and the other person starts taking it in a romantic way. They start feeling that this person is messaging me every morning and they're asking me how am I doing. Maybe they love me, maybe I'm in a relationship. And as soon as they feel that way, they start portraying all of the negative qualities that they portray when they are in a relationship. Because a lot of people are very nice to their friends and they're very nice in general, but as soon as they enter the relationship, they just start showing all of those ideas, negative ideas of codependency and attachment to other people. And we all have done it, I think so, at some point or the other, and it's best to admit it. So what is Starseed Twinflame now? Now that you understand starseeds and you understand twin flames very well, what is a combination of these two? Personally, I find this combination very interesting, and this does not mean that an individual starseed or an individual twin flame is inferior in any way. Because another point or another idea that I was given about twin flames is that twin flames are those souls who are old souls on planet Earth. They are very wise souls and they have reincarnated many times on planet Earth. So the biggest difference between a starseed and a twin flame is that starseeds come from another place, another dimension or another galaxy or another star system. But the twin flames, they are from the Earth. So they are the Earth souls. And they keep reincarnating on the earth plane in different types and different formats, and they keep learning lessons, and by the time they reach their final lesson or their final life, that's when they experience the twin flame dynamic with a single person. The reason why this channeling is very, very, very important is because when star seeds have a very platonic nature, they don't like the romantic world and they do not connect with romance as such. The twin flames are usually designed, or they have a designated partner who they meet, and they are with that partner for a long time, like maybe 10 years, 20 years they've been in a marriage or they've been in a relationship. So with each other they learn. Even if they go their separate ways, even if they are away from each other, they really never separate from each other. That is their way of learning. Now, starseed twin flames are a combination of these two, which means that even though they are star seeds, they've come from another galaxy or another dimension or another place, they will have the twin flame experience also, which is to balance your anima and animus in this life itself. So they will not be reborn on planet Earth, just like twin flames. Maybe star seeds can be reborn. Maybe they can come back again. But twin flames, for twin flames, it is for sure their final life. Okay. But starseed twin flames are more like, they also learn via romantic illusions, but they may not have only one single person for that. They may be meeting false twins, they may be meeting catalysts, they may be having different relationships with different people, and via each relationship, every time they get heartbroken, betrayed or bogged down, or they go into a dark night, they emerge as a new person, a newer version. So a lot of people in this community have this experience that they, one person is their twin flame, but no, they keep meeting more people, they keep meeting karmics, they keep meeting catalysts, and it just goes on and on and on. So later on when they heal, or later on when they start understanding that they don't need to be in so many relationships, then also they will meet other people, because for them interaction with other people is very important due to their starseed nature. Because starseeds don't know how earth people are like. They need to communicate with other beings. So every time you have the starseed twin flame energy, you need to go out, you need to step out in the sun, or you just need to go to a cafe, or you maybe just need to meet people, talk to people, interact people. Sometimes you will just feel better just by interacting with people, but you are not supposed to get too attached with those people. You are supposed to just go in and go out, just bounce in and bounce out. Nobody should be a person with whom you can constantly hang out with, other than animals and other than nature. Nature is the 6 elements of nature are the only spots or the only places which are like charging points for you. They are the only ones, they will make you happy. And even for that, you need to step out, you need to go out, you need to see other people. After a point, the starseed twin flames, they just have to observe other people and they will get clarity. Like they are struggling with something in their head, in their minds, and they don't know what to do. Just sit in an auto, or they'll just take a cab and they will just go out on a drive for say 20 minutes or 30 minutes, and they will just go to a place where there are a lot of people. Maybe they go to a mall, or maybe they go to a beach, or maybe they just travel alone. They just pack their bag and they go away for 3 days and 2 days. They don't know anybody or anyone, but they have a fair idea of what I'm gonna do. And when they go there, they meet other people and they gain more perspective. So these are the type of people who will always be very good in traveling various places in a certain number of days. Like say in 10 days, they have to go to 5 places. And at every place, they're going to stay for 2 days. So wherever they go, they will meet people and they will learn. And when the starseed twin flames, they gradually become more wise and more stable, then they will do the same thing via mission or a project. They will get into a project, and because of that project, they will go through many things, many situations. They will meet many people. They will, or maybe just meet one person every day, but every day is a new day, every day is a new experience. So they learn like that. So they are also here for ascension only. But their goal is also, because all star seeds, their goal is to participate in the spiritual evolution and transformation of earth and humanity. So they are going to do the same thing as their star seed side. And as a twin flame, they will learn via other people, and they will have interaction, both romantic, non-romantic. They will keep falling in love, they will keep falling out of love. It's not an ongoing thing, but they will learn about love. They always learn about love through other people. Maybe they've grown out of this whole concept of I have to get married to this, I have to get married to this person or that person. Maybe they've grown out of it. And one day suddenly they meet someone who they feel like this should be the person I should marry. But by the time they've reached that spot in their life, they've grown immensely, and they will now not marry anyone till the time they cannot contribute to that person. And say now they get married to someone, but they will still feel like contributing, so they will go out and contribute for other people. But these are very pure souls, so they don't do shady business. They are not going to have affairs, or they're not going to use people. But they know that they like talking to people, they like going out, they like meeting new people. They have that energy in them. It is a synergy, and they play this role of universe really well, because universe itself means uni plus verse, one into many. So these type of people, they are people's person. They are projectors, they are manifestors. There are a lot of combinations put together, So if anyone is thinking that I'm also a starseed twin flame, that's because you may have played out a dynamic with romantic people, or in romantic liaisons, or in romantic affairs, but it did not make you that happy. After a point in time, you were like, this is not what I need, or this is not what I look for. And then as you grow more, your needs become more spiritualistic, more mission oriented, more being someone who can play, who can enjoy. Say you meet other people with whom you can do that. Say you meet a person from the opposite sex who likes to paint, who likes to make music, who likes to take care of animals. Now you both are doing the same thing. Maybe you meet each other, maybe you do it in the same room, but you're totally lost into your own world. Starseed twin flames don't have that urge of getting a divine counterpart. On a daily basis, they don't have it. Okay? But twin flames have this strong bond with a person with whom they have a romantic connection with. It could be a husband, it could be a life partner, it could be a girlfriend, boyfriend, fiance, someone. And they also keep going through phases of separation and being in their own bubble, living by themselves, doing their own thing. Sometimes they may be living under the same roof, but they may not be talking to each other for 6 months or 8 months. They may be so busy doing something. They may also be going through phases of crying and pain and fights and arguments and then complete silence, because they know that they cannot live without each other and they cannot live with each other until and unless they allow each other the freedom to be themselves. So as soon as they start giving the freedom to each other to just be, they can be with each other. So some of them have become so wise that every time they're not with each other, they don't take it very personally. They feel that, you know what, it's okay. I mean, I need to do my own thing. I need to be an individual. I need to live my own life. I cannot be so attached. I also have to be detached. Okay? Then only these people can take a quantum leap, because all these leaps you cannot take holding the hand of other people. You have to be on your own. Eventually, whether you're a starseed twin flame, or a twin flame, the end goal of any of these people, even a light worker, even an ascensioner, is to become an independent entity. By the time you are approaching the last days of your life on planet Earth, or even if you're not, even if you know that, okay, I'm just here in a temporary body, you should be 100% aware that you are an individual. You have to take care of yourself. You have to be a self-motivator, and inner work is your lifestyle. Ascension is your lifestyle. There is nothing else which is more important for you. Okay? So whatever therapies I do, whatever sessions I do, whatever readings I do, it is to cater to wise people who want to work on themselves, who are not scared to work on themselves, who want to remove the narcissistic shards and all the narcissism that has penetrated into their DNA. Even they know that they also sometimes reflect narcissistic behavior, which they don't like, which hurts them. And as I just said, that narcissistic behavior is not always selfish or mean or rude. Narcissism is 3D world. Anything which is 3D is narcissism. Anything that is soul consciousness, soul awareness is coming from source. And then wise are those people who learn to combine these two things. Combine the 3D resources and your life purpose and do something out of it, and create a union. Create a union between the 3D earth and the higher earth also. I mean, if 3D earth was so bad, then why would be taking birth here? If this body is so bad, if this body is of no use, then why are we here in a body? Definitely there is a use of the body also, because this body is going to connect us to the source, take us to the source. And that's why we say a human life is so precious and so important. We must be very grateful to the human life, and we must be grateful to all the narcissistic people around us. Thanks to them, we are doing inner work. They are all wonderful and lovely people. Alright, so this is where I'm going to close the channeling. For personal session, for therapies and healing with me, with hand holding, which we do with the help of masters and source, because all the credit goes to them. I'm just a medium. I'm just doing their job. I'm simply a servant of my masters and of Lord Sri Ram and Sita. So if you want to work with the servant of Lord Sri Ram and Sita, with the servant of the masters, the child of the masters, I'm not going to be the doer over here. You also don't have to be the doer. All of this training and coaching that I do with people is to bring them back to their natural essence, to help them maneuver through all of the junk DNA they have collected and connect with their original DNA and be able to be themselves without any fear of the 3D world or whatever the norms of the society are. And conscious and aware people, like the ones that I'm channeling for today, they don't harm anyone, they don't hurt anyone, but they also know how to defend themselves if someone tries to hurt them. So I will close this channeling session. You can check out the description box and you can write to me at thesunamoon@gmail.com. I will see you soon in another one. One love, peace out, and Jai Shri Ram.